Welcome to Why Airplanes Crash. My name is Christer Harje. I'm a former pilot, flight instructor, simulator instructor, and on this episode we're going to analyze aviation crashes and incidents from a human factor perspective.
Emergency crews on the scene of a deadly plane crash.
Still coming in this morning.
Today we will investigate TransAsia flight 635 crashed in the bridge 3 minutes after takeoff from Taiwan International Airport in February 2015. On February 4, 2015, 10:54 local time in Taipei, Taiwan, an ATR 72-600 from the company TransAsia crashed 3.5 minutes after departure. It was 43 people died, 15 survivors, and today we're gonna go through why that crash happened. At 10:51 local time, Taipei, the aircraft is lined up on runway 10. It's a beautiful day. It's just few clouds and light winds, and they set takeoff thrust. And the left pilot is the pilot flying. That's what you do in the flight deck. You alternate, so half of the flights is done by the left pilot, the captain, and half of the flights the right pilot, the first officer. And today the left pilot is the pilot flying. So he sets the takeoff power, take the thrust lever, the throttles forward. And then 3 seconds after he set the takeoff thrust, they have a warning, and a light comes on and it says ATPCS not armed. It's a system to, in case of an engine failure just after takeoff, the propeller will go to feather automatically, meaning reduce the drag. And if this system is not working, it's going to be a bit of a problem for the pilots in case of an engine failure. So instead of abort, they just continue. And they sort of start, what, really? And then a few seconds later, the light is gone, meaning the system is working. So they continue, and after 19 seconds, they rotate, meaning they're taking off on the runway, lift off, and they select the gear up. 14 seconds after that, the left pilot, the captain, engage the autopilot, and 38 seconds after lifting off on the runway, they have a master warning. It's a red light. It's like a fire bell, bling, bling, bling. And also on the big screen, on the center screen, on the panel, there's a red message indicating engine number 2 failed. It's a very clear message, engine number 2 failed. When this bell goes off and when this happens, the left pilot, the captain who's pilot flying, he disconnects the autopilot for some unknown reason, but he does. He disconnects the autopilots. And immediately he says, I'm going to reduce the power on engine number 1, the left engine, which is the live engine. The right pilot, he has acknowledged that engine number 2 is failed. So he just say, wait, and cross-check. And then the right pilot start monitoring exactly according to protocol, and then he check, it's called up trim, yes, auto feather, yes, which is exactly by the protocol. Now the captain in the left seat, he says, I reduce engine 1 throttle. The right pilot says wait, but he does it anyway. And the right pilot continues, and it's a bit of a chaos already now. They're not sticking to the protocol. They're using their own words, own wording, and it's like, you know, you're throwing up a lot of balls, but no one's catching the balls. There's a bit of confusion in the flight deck, and you can say that all three pilots, not all three pilots, but mainly the operating crew, the captain and the first officer, they sort of, they talk a lot, they have a lot of wording, they do not stick to the SOP wording, and it's a bit of a confusion. And the left pilot then, he has now reduced the number one, the live engine, reduced the power on that engine. Meaning sort of same thing if you're just driving a car, you let go of the throttle and then you just put it back, you can accelerate again. It seems like the right pilot has a little bit of situational awareness, meaning they know what's going on. He had acknowledged the right engine, number 2 engine, and he had also confirmed that they have the up trim, some extra power, and the auto feather, meaning that the propeller has reduced its drag. So everything is just fine. The left pilot seems to be already now stressed. It seems that he has almost lost his situational awareness, meaning where are we, what's going on, what's happening in the flight deck. So now the left pilot says, I will shut down engine number 1. And the right pilot, he sort of, wait a second. But it seems like they're not really communicating with each other. The left pilot, he still wants to shut down engine number 1, the left engine, which is the good engine. The right pilot, he has now confirmed that engine number 2 is the bad one. And it keeps on like this. And then after a while, a few seconds, the left pilot, he shuts down the left engine, meaning he takes the fuel off. It's like a handle, you take the fuel off. So now you have shut down the engine. In the same time, the speed is getting lower and they get stall warning and stick shaker. And stall warning is when the aircraft is at a certain pitch and angle, it's not able to fly anymore, and then you stall the aircraft, meaning you're going to tip over a wing like this. The stick shaker in the aircraft, it's like a little motor who is shaking the controls, prompting the pilot that if you don't lower the nose, you will stall. And this is going on. This is going on for all the 3.5 minutes when they're flying back and forth, because they're so low on the speed. And of course, now they have no engine left. Now the observer pilot, and this is a bit amazing. The observer pilot, he sits behind the pilots, and he got the big outlook. And when you sit here, it's like driving the car from the back seat. Meaning you have a very good, you see exactly what's going on. And of course, he must have seen what's going on. But it's deadly silence. And then he suddenly says, how it become like this? And almost immediately, just 1 second after, the left pilot, the captain, the commander, reacts to that and say, are you in charge of the communication?